Good morning, happy Friday. If we've not met before, I'm Katie, helping you navigate the Dubai property market. What have I got for you today? Let's go. Right now, the developers are going crazy. They are giving us hit after hit after hit. It's almost giving Black Friday, final push of the year. And quite honestly, the market is chaos. There is launches every single, my WhatsApp is lighting up like the Blackpool illuminations. It is going absolutely insane. There is so much going on in the market. I am at multiple briefings every single week doing the running round so that you don't have to. Now, I've been to 3 so far this week. 1 was a hit, 1 was a miss, 1 I wouldn't recommend. The market is truly overwhelming. I think the stats say that every 18 hours there is a new launch, and this week it has felt more intense than that. Even as someone in the market full time, it is so overwhelming to keep up on top of everything else. Most investors are busy working professionals who don't do this full time. So best believe I understand when you are feeling overwhelmed. So many of my clients come to me and they're like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Well, I'm seeing this on Instagram. You're getting mixed messages from the whole entire market. So in these sessions, I like to break it down. I like to keep it simple. I'm at multiple briefings every single week. The good ones make it to this channel because the whole point of being here is to save you time, make you money, and have some fun doing it. So let's dive in. This one is definitely one I wanted to mention. First things first, I'm going to start with their founding story, because especially when we're buying off plan, we are buying into the vision, the team, and the people around it to make it happen. We are buying thin air right now, okay? It's not there yet. So we want to make sure we are making a safe and secure investment. The way we do this is working with the very best. So that's why I always like to start with the developer first. This developer is called Beyond, which is a relatively new arm of the Omniyat family group. The Omniyat Group, you may not have heard of the name, but you will have definitely seen some of their iconic buildings. They are responsible for this one here, the Opus, an absolute landmark in Dubai. It has won multiple awards, a fantastic product. They've done all the Dorchester collections, the Lana that sits on the palm. They are associated with the most prestige, high-end luxury properties in the entirety of Dubai. Their products are flagships. They are absolutely landmarks, and their price per square foot tends to match. They are known for true masterpieces, very high-end, very luxury, but naturally that comes at a price. Omniyat as a brand knew what they were doing when they were coming to market in this position. However, they wanted to have more of a market share. They knew the amount of people that could afford the Omniyat products is a teeny tiny percentage of the world. So what they actually created was Beyond, which is their sister company, which, don't get me wrong, is still high-end, still luxury, still using the same people, team, and vision to make this happen, but they create communities. And because they're creating communities, these guys are buying an incredible amount of land. Naturally, that price point is at a more affordable price point so that more people can get into it, because they're going to have a lot more units available. This was a very, very exciting product and launch that they came to the market with. And they wanted to come to market with a bang. The team were in this week and they went through their exact strategy of why they came to the market with the product that they did. They looked across the market and they looked at where investors across Dubai have done incredibly well every single time. And the numbers don't lie. It's waterfront communities. I've said it before, I will say it again. Waterfront communities perform at a higher rate. This is not unique to Dubai. This is everywhere in the world, and this is due to supply and demand, where there's less properties but a higher demand, because who doesn't want to live with a waterfront view, right? Naturally, that's why we see capital appreciation absolutely soar. We have seen it time and time again in Dubai. Palm Jumeirah, launch prices there originally 2,000 AED per square foot. Today's prices, we see those prices reach up to 10,000 AED per square foot. Emaar Beachfront was the same. That at launch was 2,100, and today that reaches to 5,000 to 6,000 AED per square foot. Blue Waters, again, we have seen this pattern time and time again, that the early investors that get into waterfront projects and communities do phenomenally well. Right over to Bulgari Islands, where the launch price there was 3,500, and today that reaches up to 10 to 13,000 a square foot. We have seen hit after hit after hit across the whole coastline of Dubai. So they knew they wanted to come to the market with a flagship water product, because especially when you are bringing a new brand to the market, you want to look after those early investors. Those early investors are going to be your repeat customers. They are going to buy into you again and again and again. So they want to make sure that this first one was an absolute absolute mega project. And that's why they came with Maritime City. Now, Maritime City sits in this plot of land just here. Beyond came in and bought 80% of this land to allow them to create a master community. Again, another absolute solid foundation of a great investment. When you have a master community, you have someone thinking about the entire area. It's not a developer coming in and buying one plot of land and just making sure their tower is the best. You have someone thinking about everything, from the paths, from the gardens, from what's going to go in between every single buildings, right the way through to the facilities and the amenities in this location. They've got the bay, they've got beach clubs. Because they have the Omniyat brand and they're associated with super high-end, super luxury, they have all these ties to some incredible hospitality restaurants, Michelin stars. We're talking 5-star hotels, the Dorchester's coming in here. We think beach clubs. They are creating a Miami right here in this plot of land. And this was what they came to the market with originally, which was the bay. They then had their forest cluster, which sat more inland. And over here, they are creating greenery. They are creating a forest on an island. And then at the top here, you are going to have the premium, high-end Omniyat Group Dorchester Collection up there as well with its own private beach. Now, because they own all of this land, they think of everything. The roads are thought about, the schools, the shops, the facilities, the amenities, they are in control of it all. But what it does let us do as investors, it helps us build in our capital appreciation from day one because they're going to look after our early investors. Let me show you how this works. Their first tower here in O-Rise, they launched the product at their lowest ever price per square foot because they recognize this first lot of investors, they are betting on the future. They don't know what this is going to look like yet. They've not had the reputation, the track record in the market, hence why the prices there were lowest. Every single launch we have seen since has gone up between 5 and 10%, protecting those early investors because you've got a client buying in here. Then a couple of months later, they launched the next product at a higher price, building in the capital appreciation for the first guys from day one. And I have seen this firsthand. A client of mine got a 2-bedroom apartment in the second launch, Sensia. They secured an incredible, beautiful, waterfronting 2-bedroomed apartment for 4 million AED. Those same 2-bedroom apartment in their more recent launches are sat at 5.8 million AED. You can see the capital appreciation there, and that is over a 6 to 8 month period already. We're not even close to handover yet. Handover's in 2028. The capital appreciation built into these will be phenomenal, not to mention the payment plan and everything else around it, meaning the actual amount you're putting in versus what you're getting out, the ROI is going to go through the roof. Now, the types of products that you can create just to bring this to life is top tier, high end, beautifully thought about. You've got the facilities, the amenities. Every single building that they bring to the market is different. They have a limited number of units in each project, again, for that idea of exclusivity, to control the supply and demand in the area. Every single product, they bring in the best team, the best architects to create something really, really special and really, really unique. They've had so much traction this year. Obviously, their first launch was a great success, but every single launch after, they just get busier and busier, and things sell out even quicker because they're starting to get that name in the market, they're starting to get that traction, and those early investors, they're coming back to them. So every single launch, we're seeing a higher demand because people are wanting to get in. And honestly, this is going to be an incredible investment. The numbers are going to look after you all day, every day, both on your capital appreciation, but your rental yields. But honestly, most of the time when I take a client to see this project, they go in looking for an investment and they actually like, hang on a minute, we might actually live here. Or they buy one for investment, one for them because the product is so high tier. It's unlike anything else in the market and they actually want to live there themselves. So it's going to look after you on both fronts. Now, the reason I was touching base with them this week is because they have acquired an incredible amount of land. When I first met up with these guys, they were like, we have big things to come. But most developers say that. So I was like, yeah, sure, cool. But actually seeing their pipeline and what they have got coming up is incredible. And this is why I want to tell you about them, because they are going to have launch after launch after launch. The early investors definitely win, and there's going to be an incredible opportunity to work with these guys over the next 12 months. A few things that they mentioned that they have coming up. They have acquired plots of land in Ras Al Khaimah, an hour away from Dubai, which is getting a lot of press on the back of the Wynn Casino. Now, up there, you are going to have an incredible opportunity for short-term stays. We have seen what a Wynn Casino does all over the world. Look at Vegas, Moscow, the capital appreciation investors have got around there. Again, another opportunity to get in early. They also also mentioned they've acquired an incredible plot of land over in Abu Dhabi. And as they were going through each project that they have coming up, there was a pattern. They all seem to be waterfront, which is no coincidence when we go right back to their founding story of wanting to protect those investors, and they recognize the power in waterfront communities. So with these guys, we've got an incredible opportunity for my clients wanting the security of a waterfront community with a top tier developer with an exceptional payment plan, and I'll jump into that in 1 second. But their next launch is something I want to mention. If you are looking for waterfront, if you are looking for early access to a waterfront community so that your capital appreciation is built in day one, we need to get to know this plot of land just here. This is Dubai Islands, next to Maritime City. When we're looking about accessibility, the Sheikh has just approved billions of pounds to improve the accessibility over here. You are going to be 15 minutes away from downtown, which is going to be mind-blowing for the area. Think of all the business owners, the busy working professionals, all these high-flying people who live and work in DIFC and downtown in the main guts of the city. Up until this point, they've never been able to have a waterfront option because living in somewhere like the Palm would take them well more than an hour every single day to get in and out and commute. Here, with the new roads, new accessibility, you are going to be a 15-minute drive from the epicenter of Dubai. Accessibility is going to be a massive tick. It is a waterfront community with an 18-hole golf course on it. It's going to have Dubai's biggest mall. There is so much going on in this plot of land, and it's been confirmed that Beyond are coming into this area. Now, with Beyond, they always protect their investors. Their first launch always comes in, as we said, at the lowest price, and every single launch after will increase to protect those early investors. So getting in early here is definitely going to be a massive win. We have very, very little information right now about what this launch is going to look like, but what I can do is show you their previous projects to help us to predict what's coming up. What I do know, what I can tell you, it's going to sit on this plot of land around here. It's going to be beach facing. It's going to be on the waterfront. In this area, we know it has to be low rise because of the planning restrictions in that area. They're going to have a total of 7 projects here, a total of 12 towers over 7 projects on the beach front. And their first offering in this space is going to come to market on the 9th of December. So look alive. Don't tell me I didn't warn you. The turnaround time we get on these launches, they come, they go, they sell out in hours, and this is why I want to tell you about it as soon as humanly possible, because we need to get you warmed up, we need to get you ready if you want to get into these projects, because quite honestly, they sell out and they sell out quickly. Now, brochures, floor plans, all that good stuff will be released a couple of days before the launch. So if you do want all those information, use the links around this video and I'll make sure you are going to be the first to know about it. That being said, 24 hours is a very short time to make a decision on a property. So I like to show you what we've seen so far from them to help us predict what we can expect to see. I showed you some of the renders, some of the floor plans from their previous projects that they've brought to market, and they are quite honestly phenomenal. They have top tier amenities. You are part of a master community, which again has more demand from end tenants, from end buyers, building in your capital appreciation, because every single time we see a community, a master community, there is more demand. People will pay more to get into these areas because of it. And that is where the investors really win. So not only are you getting the benefit of a waterfront community, but you're also adding to that cocktail a master community with a top tier developer. This is going to be a recipe for success. Again, don't hold me to this, but their payment plans on their previous project was a 50-50. Now, if they come to the market with this again, this project is going to absolutely fly, because it means you only have to put 50% down, which, by the way, guys, for a waterfront project, genuinely unheard of. So it wouldn't surprise me if they go 60-40 this time round. What this could look like. Let me say price per square foot is going to come in at 3,000 AED per square foot. Times 850, their usual 1-bedroom size. That would mean a 1-bedroom's coming in at 2.5 million AED. Now, don't hold me to that. It sounds a little bit low. It wouldn't surprise me if we see that a little bit more. But that means the equivalent for my Great British audience here, guys, is about £500,000 Great British pounds. Now, the typical payment plan, we're looking at 10% on booking plus your 4% DLD. That's your stamp duty. It's a 4% flat fee across anything that you buy in Dubai. Then you're popped into the payment plan across construction. Now, previously, this is what we saw. 10% 30 days from booking, and then roughly 5% every 6 months, up until handover and completion. At that point, the final 50% is due, which can be financed, which can be leveraged, which can be mortgaged. 3 months out from completion would usually put you in touch with a mortgage broker if you want to go down the finance route. They put the best product in place and make that final payment for you. At that point, the keys are yours. You can rent it out, short-term let it, and you might even want to live in it yourself. So when you see some of the returns based on the cash invested, that's when we see those ROIs get to silly numbers. These are definitely a developer to keep your eye on. They've not only got Dubai Islands coming up, they've got a villa community coming up. I talked about Ras Al Khaimah, I talked about Abu Dhabi. They have bought an incredible amount of land. They are seriously increasing the market share. It's a phenomenal opportunity, one I'm very, very, very excited about. And if you do want any more information on this, about investing in Dubai, about this project, and to see if it's right for you, use the links around this video. Let's jump on a call. I can chat you through all the details, understand where you are now, where you want to be, and put the best plan in place to make sure we get you there. I really, really hope you found that useful, and I will definitely see you on the next one.